All credit to Incarnate Word. I thought they outplayed us in all facets of the game. It's a good FCS program. That's a tough loss for our program right there. I thought the game, there was just a really sloppy game on our part. We had too many busted assignments, too many penalties. We couldn't get off the field on third down. We were struggling with playing behind the chains. They told us to run the ball. They played drop 8 majority of the game. And we had to run the ball. That's why the rushing numbers are up a little bit more than what is you guys normally see, because they were really trying to bracket everybody. And they managed the game. We had too many turnovers. We couldn't capitalize on some of the momentum of what they the things that occurred with them in this game. But I give them a lot of credit. That's a good FCS team, man. And they had more energy. They played with more effort, and we've got to minimize our mistakes. That's completely on us in this game. And we've got to be better. And we all know that game's on us. We got to play better. I know we had 25 guys out before the game, but that's not an excuse for anything. They had more energy. They played better. They did an outstanding job. So all credit to Incarnate Word, and we've got to look ourselves in the mirror moving forward, and we got to get back to work. We got to improve, in all facets. Everybody does, and get on the road and go play Eastern Michigan. So, questions.
You mentioned 25 players out. We saw no Vid, no Evans, no Saving Pat. Is it COVID or what happened?
Yeah, there was a mixture of COVID protocols and some injuries. We ended up having like Devin Martinez and Savion Patton, Tyler Vitt, Ty Evans, Tyler Huff. The list goes on and on. But again, there's no excuse. We got to work. We won't. Practice will be interesting this week because we don't have enough really to practice a little bit. But hopefully by week we should be full strength and ready to try to make a run at this conference. But no excuses with all the players that we had out. Yeah, I'm saying we had too many holding penalties. We had false start penalties. The roughing the passer after a third down. There's some plays where on kickoff coverage, a guy runs out of bounds on his own and comes back in. We've got to be better. And I know there were some guys out there that hadn't been in those positions before. You had Drake Johnson, who never even played for us. Ended up when DJ ended up getting a targeting. And you have Baby J out, and then you have Eric Sutton out also. We were down to our scout team guys, and I was proud of how Drake competed. But again, we got to be better. We got to make sure that we're cleaning up the little things, because that style of game, we need to make sure that we're not playing behind the chains, because a lot of our stuff is technical. Now I got to look at the tape. I don't know how severe it is or what, because you can literally call holding on every single play. So again, man, we got to be better.
Coach, I know as coaches, you guys never underestimate anybody you go up against, but do players sometimes think, okay, we're playing D2 school, we should be okay, just kind of go out there and perform?
No, they were ready to play. They were. I thought as just the game went by, like throughout the course of the entire game, there was just too much, too many penalties, too many mistakes on ourselves, and it's tough to overcome. I'm telling you, you get a stop and you get the roughing the passer, and then they go down and score. And then where they get a stop, and then we fumble the punt, and then they go down, and then they score. It was a perfect storm right there. But our kids were, we treat every opponent the same, man. And I still thought that they fight and they play hard, but when it comes down to it, it's all on us and the mistakes that we made.
Because the offense has really yet to put it together this season for a full game. Where do you think the problem is offensively? Is it play calling? Is it the offensive line? Is it quarterback play? How would you diagnose?
I think it's a mixture of everything. I really do. That team right there told us, they drop back. When you try to throw the ball into that stuff, it was difficult, as you could see, because they're rushing three and they're getting to Brady at time and they're scrambling, and we got to be more efficient in the run game is what it comes down to. And when they tell you to run the football, that's what it is. Like in that type of game, man, it was like we almost had to play a perfect game. We had that fumble in the fourth quarter, which was hurt a lot right there with the momentum of the game. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, we've got to execute cleaner, and we can't play behind the chains. There's a lot of things that was just so uncharacteristic of what these kids were doing. You know, I got to go look at the tape and see how I can put them in better positions. But at that game right there, they're playing a 3-down wide fives. They're playing a 3-2 box and 11 personnel. You got to run the football.
I know this wasn't the result you wanted, but were there some performances in there that were positive?
You know, here and there, I think everybody had their moments. You know, I thought Jeter sparked us there for a moment. You know, I thought Calvin had some runs that were pretty critical. I thought Brady battled a lot. You know, it's tough to throw into those deals. We got to help him out. I thought we had a few drop passes in some critical moments. You know, I haven't really looked at much of the defensive stuff. I was too busy trying to figure out, you know, personnel groupings and what to do. But they seemed there were some guys that had their moments as well in defense. You know, but at the end of the day, like we're inconsistent. You know, the ball bounced their way, and we didn't take advantage of it. We didn't.
Coach, what do you tell your team after a game like that?
You know, there wasn't really much to say. Like I'm saying, like they came in, I said that's on us, and they all know it. You know, they like the transparency of the discussions we have. You know, we've got to be better than that, and they know that. Like that, there was, you know, I thought called the game the way it should have been called, but we got to execute it more cleaner, and they know that, and we all do. And you know, it's a close team, and then they're gonna get back to work, and we're gonna go strap it up. We still got 9 more games to go.
You know, 3 games into the season with Brian as the starter, are you still satisfied with him as your guy under center?
Yeah, you know, in this game, he had to be it. You know, I didn't have any other options. You know, so it. But no, I'm pleased with how he's playing. You know, we got to help him out. That's where it's at. You know, like I think you guys see how he's out there battling every single play, and he's running, he's getting hit, and he's doing things. He's trying to make it work. You know, we got to do better for the supporting cast around him.
What specifically, what areas do you need to support him, do you think?
Yeah, I just think, you know, running the ball, you know, not getting in 3rd down and longs at times, like not playing behind the chains, because you know they're getting in wide fives and they're dropping 8, and you're going to have to throw in that stuff, and you got to be, you know, precise, you know, with your timing and throwing in windows and drop 8, and you know, and he was scrambling and making plays as best as he could, but you know, we've got to be able to help him, you know, be able to sit back there and protect and throw and catch the ball and move the chains efficiently, you know. I can critique Brady pretty hard too now. Like I'm saying, like that's how the quarterback play is. You know, you can be very critical of the play caller when you start losing games. You know, it's always going to be pointed at the head coach and the quarterback. But you know what I see like a lot of other people that we need to pick up the consistency of doing their job the right way.
With already losing big cornerback in Morris for the season, seeing the Jordan Mask go out so early in the game, how does that kind of affect the secondary's play against such a pass-heavy offense?
Yeah, it was tough. You know, like we had a lot of guys out. You know, didn't have much depth. I had to play Drake Johnson at nickel, like really the whole game once DJ went out, and you know he made a few mistakes, but he also played extremely hard. I was proud of how he handled this whole situation. You know, because you know just randomly we get all these guys knocked out, and then you got to put them in from scout team, put them in the game. But you know, like we're going to get healthy, and we're going to get those guys back, and we'll be able to roll.
You know, Jake, obviously this is just one game, but how you mentioned that you need to, everyone needs to look themselves in the mirror. How do you and your coaching staff do that to avoid, you know, this kind of loss becoming something that derails the season?
Yeah, I know we got a good staff. You know, they're already handling it right now. But like the transparency that we have in this program, they know that it's on us. You know, there's not much. Like, you know, regardless good or bad, if we're winning or losing, we're in here coaching and doing the same thing. And these kids know that, you know, if they made a mistake, we're going to applaud them when they do good things as well. You know, you know, we'll even say, hey, you know, like this is a really good route by this kid, and this is the moment where you're one-on-one, or you know, like this is the weakness, and you got to step up and make your play, or they made a good play. You know, we work our way through that together. So it's not going to affect the culture of our team moving forward.
Now, his first loss to an FCS team since going FBS to 8
Mhm.
right now. Does that just does it hurt to hear that? How were you?
Yeah,
your
no,
personal emotions?
I think it is an embarrassing loss, you know, but you know, like the way I look at things is you know, like we got to be better, you know, and how do we correct it, you know. You know that's a good FCS team, and you know Coach Morris has done a really good job at that program, and you know they deserve to win that game. They played a lot harder than we did. They managed the game better in terms of turnovers and everything, and the ball didn't bounce our way a lot of times, and we got to be able to overcome that adversity, and we didn't do it. You know that it is a tough loss, but you know we got to move forward and correct it.
Any other questions?
You know, health-wise, you mentioned the 25 guys. Were there any other injuries that we may have missed during the game? Some guys leaving?
You know, just DJ and the targeting. We had some guys go in and out of the game. You know, Micah got rolled up, and Brock Sturgis did too. You know, DC went down for a play. You know, I don't think there's anything severe out of that. You know, it's probably the typical bumps and bruises, but.